from an average of 10 at A1. He has erased and eradicated that statistic because he is en route to his first ever A1 victory and will move ahead of a tie with Chad Reed. Check it, flag out. Tomac wins A1.
So let's get to it, boys. Let's talk Anaheim 1. This is going to be really fun. A lot of topics to hit, but obviously it starts with Eli Tomac. Daniel, we have a panel of legends here, and Eli himself headed that direction.
Yeah, that's what he's been chasing, I think, for a while. And last year, in my opinion, he kind of reached that status as one of the all-time greats. If you look at his wins and his championships and the way he's done it later in his career. And it's cool to get this group on and talk about things. And Jeremy, I'll start with you. Anaheim 1 has been this weird race for a long time where if you win that race, you don't win the title. I think RV, we'll get to you on that in a second. I think you were the one that cursed the whole thing. But Jeremy, for you, you won the opening round a lot of times. How important was it for you to kick off things strong and be really impressive at that opening round, which Eli did in Anaheim?
Yeah, you know, Anaheim for me was always special because it was honestly a home race. And I think I had an advantage when it came to that. The series started in Anaheim a lot of the years, but first part of my career, the first few races, one was Orlando, then Houston, then it went to Anaheim. So you kind of had a chance to settle in. I always really look forward to Anaheim. I know, you know, these guys will for sure mention this too, but you know, it seems like every year there's 2 or 3 big races, right? So Anaheim is usually a big one, Daytona's a big one, and maybe obviously final round is a big one. But I don't know. A lot of times people get really nervous. I just used to get really jacked up for Anaheim. Loved it.
Yeah, let's talk about that little curse there, RV. You were the first since Tomac here to be a defending champ to actually win the opener. Did it feel different than the other rounds?
I think Anaheim 1 always feels different. There's so much pressure coming into it. All the manufacturers are pretty much based here. At least when I was racing, there's a few of them that have left. But there's just everybody, their brothers, their mothers, everybody comes out. And everybody's waiting to kind of see where everybody's going to stack up. So it was always a really nerve-wracking race. And I, you know, able to win it twice, but also have some really poor performances. You know, so leaving, obviously winning, there's nothing better than winning Anaheim 1, but then leaving, I think I had a 16th there one year. You know, so that's a big, kind of a big hole to climb out of. And also mentally, like, we just went to Anaheim 1, you know, this guy's the top 3 right here, and then you're running around 16th and have a lot of points to make up. So I think for these guys, like watching Eli come out, and he was very impressive. Anaheim 1, look, he could turn that bike anywhere. He just looked comfortable, and it was a very tough track. I talked to a few guys after that weekend, and they were like, dude, it took me all day to learn how to ride the track fast because it was very technical.
Okay, the obvious thing, Ricky, would be to say Tomac's a defending champ, and he's already won, and he usually starts slowly, so he's going to be unstoppable now. Is that a guarantee, or is the opener sometimes so weird that even someone like Eli Tomac, you cannot guarantee this is going to be something to carry forward?
Well, I think if it was a couple other people other than Eli Tomac, you could say, we'll see if this person's able to do it and continue on the rest of the series. But Eli Tomac's results speak for themselves, no doubt. So you certainly have to take him serious, and it was an impressive ride. Certainly impressive, and to fall down and to come back, spot those guys that much track position, and come back and do what he did. To RV's point, I mean, he just looked really, really comfortable on a certainly difficult track. So kudos to him without a doubt. But for me, Anaheim, I never really liked it that much. Just the opening round, there was just so much hype. A lot of guys like that. I personally didn't. So my goal was always to go there and just, if I could get out of there and make some good points, and then continue on, let the dust settle. That was my model. Now, if the win was there, of course I was going to take it. And there was a couple of years where I was in great position to run for a win, but I never made that happen. You know, it was rider error. Everyone remembers 2002 on Honda, my first race on Honda. I went over the bars and hurt myself. And then I had another opportunity. I felt pretty good. It was maybe 06. And of course I made another mistake, and I went down in the whoops. I feel like that was my best option, but the game plan was just to go there and maximize the night and get as many points as possible. If the win was there, take it. If not, live to fight another day.
Okay, so let's talk about Tomac from an all-time standpoint. Clinton, We have our data man, Clinton Fowler, with us. Give us some numbers here to illustrate how rapidly Tomac is starting to climb the ranks.
Eli's really just running up the ranks right now. I'm curious, Jeremy, when you hear Eli Tomac, he's got 8 championships combined between Supercross and Motocross, but he's now third in wins with 77 wins, 10 behind you in second, maybe a chunk behind RC there with 124 SMX wins. But when you guys hear that he's third, what do you think?
Well, I personally think that he's done it in a really sneaky way. You know, he's had some great seasons, but he's also had some seasons where you're like, man, he should have won a lot more because he was pretty dominant. Eli has really seemed like he has a sense of confidence now, even more so than when he was winning on Kawasaki. Riding the Yamaha, he just looks incredible. And to say, you know, to watch him last week ride the track, like these guys said, it was an incredibly tough track. It looked like he was in a whole nother league in the whole field, to be honest. He could do whatever he wanted out there. It looked like the track didn't have the ruts that it actually did. And you saw all the other guys just going down a lot. So Eli's been pretty sneaky. It's pretty impressive that he's up there. For a while, you just really didn't consider him to be up into those kind of numbers. You know, Dungey was sort of the same way. You know, Ryan dominated, Ricky dominated, I dominated. Like you see guys that are creeping up that are dominating, but Dungey kind of did it in a way that was pretty sneaky. And then now we have Eli, who's just kind of stayed pretty under the radar, but nonetheless impressive. His riding, I mean, I just was reading your stats this morning, and he's now the oldest guy to win a Supercross championship at 29. I was 28, so I was the oldest guy for a while, but to me, his 29 looks fresh. So I think these guys are in trouble. It's pretty neat to see.
Awesome to have that panel. And we expect some awesome racing this weekend in San Diego. Here's who you can watch. 4:30 Eastern time. That will be Saturday's Race Day Live premiere. And then racing 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock local in California. You can catch that all on Peacock. And then flip over to the Super Motocross YouTube channel after the race. We're going to have the SMX Insider post-race show coming your way. That is on the Super Motocross Insider YouTube channel, which you're watching right now. Go there after the race is over on Saturday.